Hello and welcome to episode 8 of the Gamer 101 podcast. I'm your host Lukas. This is my good friend Pete.
Hi everybody, we are going really strong. Episode 8, can't believe it myself.
Yeah, me neither. Who would have guessed we would be doing this for 2 whole months?
And this is only the beginning. 2019 will be the start of a new era for us. So expect a lot of cool changes, increase in the quality, as well as doing a bunch of side jobs accompanying the podcast itself.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Anyway,
Okay, let's get straight into it.
we were playing Siege and he did solid.
Yep, I decided to get back into it for my friends because they were demanding that I play with them. Otherwise, we don't hang out with each other. And I've watched few streams, kind of looked up few special ways how to play, and I think I'm on a great path to becoming a decent player.
Speaking of interesting ways how to play Siege, do you think we could also, or you could also stream Siege a match or two and show the people an interesting way to play it, as in be last every game?
I think that's actually a very solid idea, and I would be more than open to do it.
Okay, maybe. Leave a comment if you would like to see Pete play Siege. And also, Smash Bros came out, which I played. It's very good fun.
I just feel too bad for the Super Smash Bros. Since it came out a day after the Game Awards, and I'm pretty sure from what I've seen, it would have taken the first play, or it would have taken the winner in Best Fighting Game, hands down.
Maybe even Best Family Game. It's my first Smash, and it's really just a attack button, a special move button, a jump, and a block.
But again, there are multiple combos of you switching buttons in a.
No, it's not like Mortal Kombat or something. It's down B, that's one attack, right B, that's second attack, up B, that's another attack, left B, that's another attack. And the same for 4 directions with A, that's another 4 attacks, and then there's jump.
But then isn't the timing really important?
Yeah,
Okay.
But it's super simple.
Okay.
And really hard. The AI is quite unforgiving.
Yeah, the AI is kicking your ass.
Speaking of unforgiving, the internet is a pretty unforgiving place.
Especially for companies starting with B.
Yeah, and the second letter is E.
And we don't have to continue spelling the name, the company letter by letter, because everyone knows it's our beloved Bethesda Entertainment. So what have they got into again? Please introduce us.
Oh, they released a new patch.
Actually, 2 patches week by week.
Oh yeah, we didn't speak about them last week, right? Or we only talked about them very little last week.
Yes, just minor information that the patch is happening. That was pretty much it, what we covered.
So the new patch brought some changes. It fixed event. It was feed the people or something like that. For finishing that event, you get some food, canned food or whatever. So now, if the event is finished, it gives the reward to everyone on the server.
Oh.
I mean, that's a feature. That's not a bug, let's be honest.
The game recognizes that someone in some way had the intention to join, but they couldn't, so they gave away the rewards.
Yeah,
Anyway.
they probably couldn't join because the fast travel was not working or something.
Yep, there was also a bug with the respawning, that when you died and you were over encumbered, you couldn't spawn at any other place except for Vault 76.
And also, in other news, they have increased the stash size to 600.
Yep, it was done already. I mean, they boasted about increasing it by 50%, which is mathematically correct. But again, very few players actually feel the difference, because with all the perks, let's say you want to get rid of all the junk that you have on you, which can sometimes be 30 weight units, but then it's 30 weight units with your perk that does 90% less. So if you move it all the way to your stash, it's 30 times 1.9. Or is my math completely?
Hey, if it's 30 units on you and that's with 90% reduction,
so it means it's only only 10% of what it should be.
Yeah, so it's 300.
Okay, so
is it?
Excuse my math. Yeah, it should be 300.
Yeah, this is the man who studies business.
But man, you gotta use computers.
Calculators,
That's
not
what
not
they are
this.
for. Anyway, it was a welcome change. People on Reddit had a poll where they were discussing what do they think is the ideal size for the stash limit, even though it can't be unlimited for some reasons. And they said 2,000. So Bethesda still has a long way towards getting to 2,000 if they wish so.
Anyway, you know what else they increased? They also increased the aspect ratio, right? Now you can play on super widescreen monitors.
Yeah, now you can play on it's called ultra wide screens for your information. So it has an aspect ratio.
I think my name sounds better.
It may sound better, but it's not technically true. So for those people who are lucky to own a 21:9 ultra-wide monitor, they couldn't really enjoy the full potential, and neither can they after this patch, because have you read already what they did?
Yeah, that's why I brought it up. You can play it now, but everything will look shit.
The only thing that the multi-billion company such as Bethesda was to fix the issue was, guys, let's resize it to fit the screen. It doesn't matter if the text gets fuzzy. Let's just stretch the whole ratio without even considering of does it really fit into those kind of screens. And there has been a mode already for both Fallout 4 and 76 from a community which essentially did the same thing flawlessly. Yeah, Bethesda couldn't even figure this out on their own.
This is now official.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, so if you want official, you get this. If you want working, you go to get the community mode. Let's give Bethesda a break, maybe until next episode. Support.
Yeah, until next episode if something arises, because it's like Bethesda right now is like you trying to get the tickets when you travel somewhere for Christmas. You pay for the ticket, but still you don't get ticket. That's the same thing. So you keep trying every day, and a new issue just comes up. That's the Bethesda right now.
What? Where do you buy tickets to when you don't go there?
I mean, I know you probably didn't hear me correctly. I said you buy a ticket to go somewhere because it's Christmas, and you paid for the ticket, but the ticket wasn't delivered to you. So you didn't really receive the ticket. So you keep trying every day.
Why wasn't the ticket delivered to you?
Because of technical issues, whatever. It's just a case scenario. I'm just comparing.
Doesn't make any sense.
When was the last time I made sense to you?
Why do you buy a ticket then not get it and then you buy it again?
Because you just try to fix it.
But do you pay for the ticket each time?
Don't go too much into details. I just gave a
I don't know what you were
very close comparison.
I don't know what you were trying to say here.
Okay, it's 3-minute section cut.
No, that's staying in. Okay, let's give really Bethesda next week, next patch, hoping for some good stuff. Then they're gonna do.
Then finally, new content is coming to us.
Yeah. So can't wait to see how broken that is.
Actually, I'm not even sure if I still own the game in January.
All right, let's give Bethesda a break for now. Let's go roast Sony for a change. As you may or may not know, they released this thing called PS1 Classic,
which is the most overpriced piece of not so great technology that you could get for your money.
That's a nice way of saying it. I don't think it's very overpriced. It's just not good.
So why don't you introduce us or go get us through what were the two critical main issues with the PS Plus or PS?
Well, there's more issues. The first issue is a horrible lineup. Yep. The second issue is that they are all the games are for the PAL region,
which runs slower than the NPS.
No one wanted that. And the third reason is that data miners have found some data that there's could be other games on the console. And the next thing is that also data miners, or was this data miners? I don't know. Someone has already cracked the console to play other games. And the next issue is that if you own a SNES Mini Classic, you can crack that to play these PS1 games and they run better. Did I get everything I missed something.
Yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, you have mentioned 5 critical issues within not even 2 months of its existence. I mean, it's pretty much 2 weeks, and new information just keep coming, and they are not optimistic, or they are not the one to be looking forward to.
You remember this when this was announced back in summer, spring?
Around April or March
Yeah.
this year, and then the official launch date was December 1st or 4th,
Yeah.
at least.
When this was announced, I was on board. They showed there was Tekken, there was something else, and there was a lot of games unannounced. I said, I'm buying this. And then they showed new games and things, and I just didn't buy it because I'm not interested.
Yep, and just to top it off, I saw a guy discussing. Okay, so what's the lineup? If we can get through the lineup somehow, which isn't the best, because definitely they could have chosen much better. But the most irritating thing was there is an original Rainbow game, Tom Clancy's Rainbow,
Mhm.
which might be cool, but again they included the original gamepads, which had no sticks. It has just arrow controls. So how could you play a game in 3D and move and turn around if you have only arrows controls?
Depends. Did the game come out on PS1 when there was already analog sticks on the controller or not? Originally.
I don't think. No, original didn't even. No, it came out when it still had the arrow controls.
And that's not a complaint to be had against it.
It kind of is, because you are launching something in the middle, in the end of 2019.
Yeah,
so,
but that's the way it was played back then.
But
it was
explain
designed to be played like that.
So why was it designed to be played like this, but it's running much worse than it was running 20 years ago? What went wrong?
So PS1 Classic, total steaming pile of poo. We have been thinking 2019 is right around the corner, and with it, there's gonna be some new games.
Maybe one of the best games for the current generation.
Maybe, but to be honest, it doesn't look that great for 2019. As gamers, we love to buy games and play games and, collect or resell or whatever we do with the games. But if you could only, dear listener, buy 5 games in 2019, what would they be?
So right now we are going to reveal our top 5 most expected / must-buy games in 2019, which is essentially the end of the decade.
Each one of us will say their 5 games. If they could only buy 5 games, which 5 games we would buy? You want to start us off?
I'll give the privilege to you.
So my number 1 game, if I could only buy 5 games, is...
So do you have any specific order, like this is the number 1? Or is it 5 games regardless of the order?
I would say it's 5 games regardless of the order.
Okay.
This is just the first one I'm going to
Okay.
say. Trials Rising.
Is it the sequel to Trials Fusion?
Yes, and I'm super excited for it. I am in love with Trials. It's great, it's challenging, it's hard. You might see some of it on our YouTube channel in the near future. It's just great game. You can play solo, you can play online, you can play couch co-op or co-op, couch races. It's fantastic. There's track editor, so you will never run out of new tracks. You can make tracks.
Can you even download the other people's tracks?
Yes.
Okay.
There's infinite number of tracks on Fusion anyway, but there's no reason to think Rising will not have a track editor.
So keep going.
Oh, you want me to go
5.
through
Yep.
all 5?
Do the full 5.
Okay, then
In one
the
take,
second game, Ace Combat 7.
So far vehicles are your weak point. I get it.
I used to play Ace Combat on PlayStation 1. Then I didn't play Ace Combat basically since then, I think, because it was kind of shit. This one looks great. The trailer looks like a episode of some anime. If you haven't seen the trailer, go watch the trailer. It's insane. I mean, I'm all about it. It comes out in late January. There's no other games coming out late January or around that time.
The Kingdom Hearts is coming
I
at the end of January.
Eh,
Okay. Not vehicles there, I get it.
no. I mean, Ace Combat 7. Third one, Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Ori and the Blind
Okay.
Forest was excellent. Great reviews, great everything. People loved it. Many accolades, many awards. If the developer goes in that direction also with the sequel, there's nothing to be afraid of. That game is gonna be excellent.
And it's a kind of platformer adventure game. Just
Yeah,
to
I
let
like that.
viewers
I
know.
like that
Yeah.
kind. Now this is when it got hard for me, and 2019 is not looking that great.
I mean, your 3 games are not my 3 games, so
Oh.
it doesn't seem like very
Okay,
not
next-
good year.
it's not that good yet. Trust me. The next game I will buy in 2019, if it even comes out, the new Pokemon game for Switch.
That's a solid choice.
It's a very solid choice, but there's a big but here. Only if it's regular, like Pokemon game that we had on handhelds for generations now. If it's this, let's go bullshit, you can't even fight wild Pokemon, I'm out. Don't come in.
I believe that it's pretty much confirmed that the regular hardcore Pokemon, which is loved by a lot of fans, is coming supposedly next year.
I'm pre-ordering it right now.
So no more spin-offs or experiments there.
I'm already pre-ordered it. You sold me. Last one. I really didn't know. I really struggled. As Pete said, there's Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out. I haven't even finished one yet. And I do own the Super Duper Ultra Mega pack on PS4. I don't know. I just don't have time for it. It didn't grab me. Last game, Crash Team Racing.
Okay.
I mean, same reason.
Even though I told you what the pricing is.
I don't care. If it's 60,
Okay.
if it's 60 euros, I'll buy it for 60 euros.
No, it's not 60, it's 35.
I know, but it's Crash Team Racing. It's Crash Team Racing. It's my childhood.
Yeah, and I also believe that they must have seen the wild success of Super Mario Kart. So because both games would have 4-player scope and also online racing, which the original Crash didn't have. Neither of those.
There was 4-player racing on.
What
original
was there?
Crash.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
on
I bet.
PlayStation 1. Yeah, you could play in 4 people.
See,
You
so-
had to
so-
buy this shit that you plugged into the controller slot, and then that
Okay.
had 4 slots, so you can
Okay.
plug 4 controllers in it.
now you see why there is no Crash Team Racing on PS1 original classic, because 4 basically different screens, each would have like 5 frames per second, because most games run than 20, so they would each screen will divide by 4.
Is that how it works? Is that how
Not-
frames work?
Not,
You have
not
to split your
not an
frames
expert
between
here.
your frames?
You never know when the emulation kicks in, what you can expect.
It will emulate 4 televisions with only power for 1.
It's like
Barely.
picture in picture, so
Yeah. Picture in
Okay.
picture in picture in picture. What was the 5? I don't know.
yep. So that was your 5 games.
Yeah. If I could
You-
only buy 5 games next year, I would buy these 5, and I would be happy.
Then you don't know what feeling happy is. Let me
Okay.
let me really
That hit-
remind you what
that
the
hit
true
us
joy
so-
is.
Okay.
So I've got let's start by saying none of the game you said is within my list. First of all,
Whoa.
secondly, I got 7 games in total. I went really in depth through the releasing calendar.
You can only
in the next year?
pick 5.
I know, so I'll just pick 5, and 2 will be just honorable mentions, as it's called.
All right.
So let's start. Game number 1, without a doubt, it won the most awaited or most expected game, Last of Us Part 2.
Not coming out 2019.
Last of Us 2. There are all the indications point towards 2019 so far. The game number 2, again, which I strongly believe will blow us away, Days Gone, coming out in April. The game number 3, I'll just go briefly through them since they are all well known and you don't have to explain what the Trials is really to anybody.
What the fuck is Trials not well known? What are you talking about?
I mean, if it didn't show up last year on PS Plus, Trials Evolution or Fusion. I wouldn't even know what the trial is.
There was a Trials Evolution before that. It's like the 4th or 5th game in the series. Are you an
I
idiot?
know. I just don't care about motorcycles
It's not okay.
or bicycles or whatever is in the game.
There's also
Or
unicorns.
4-wheel tracks or any unicorn.
Yeah, there's a.
But
there's
unicorns and Yennefer, well, that's a different story. Okay, moving on.
There's just
So,
a unicorn and a pussy.
So we've got Last of Us Part 2, we've got Days Gone, then the game number 3, Dying Light 2, which is a sequel.
Oh, I forgot about Dying Light 2.
That's why I had a proper calendar to look through. So Dying Light 2 is coming out next year. From what they've shown the last E3, the world will be dynamic and the world will change according to your actions and to your outcomes. So they must be preparing different, you could say, styles of worlds, which is pretty cool idea. And if they get the frame rate, because the original game had issues with the frame rates from the very get-go, really stable, and now they got more powerful consoles to work with, it would be blast to play with the proper co-op, just like in the first game. So anyway, Dying Light 2 looks amazing, can't wait. Number 4, and that game, the moment I saw it, I was like, it just grabbed me. It clicked with me. The Outer Worlds, the game which was revealed at Game Awards a week ago. There is already a 15-minute gameplay analysis or gameplay preview from the Game Informer. Obsidian Studios, original creators of Fallout, decided to put or to reveal their new game, upcoming title, set up in the space, great feel, great art style, great music. Again, the Outer Worlds. And then my last game, and I have still 3 games in front of me. And this one would be pretty much surprising to every single one of you out there listening to this. It's close to my heart, franchise, and the next game is expected to be coming out next year, Tropico 6. So El Presidente will come back again, this time more strict and more crazier than ever before. You'd be able to build on several different islands and then build them or join your empire together. And I just love that's really, the micromanagement is really good, still there, just the way it plays, the fun. Yeah, Tropico 6. Right, honorable mentions, if I may. Mentions.
Okay. Well, I will give you 2 because Last of Us is not coming out 2019.
We might argue all night. Honorable mentions are still Rage 2, which the first Rage was solid enough, but definitely not something that changed the way we think about the game. And Anthem, just because, again, so far I have been extremely pessimistic about it, but considering the fact that they showed the trailer again during the Game Awards, which actually had more story than both Destinies together, seems pretty. At least I'm convinced to some extent, if there is gameplay balanced with the actual story in there, not story playing the second role, it might be a success. And it would be a welcome change of pace for EA once and for all.
All right.
I'm just really amazed or disappointed in you, since maybe the information
in me,
maybe the information didn't get you, or again you aren't wishful that it comes out next year, but the Star Wars Last Jedi is coming out next year.
That's not how the game's called. That's one thing.
Okay. Anyway, Star Wars.
Yes, Star Wars from Respawn Entertainment, but the publisher will be EA. So with all my heart, I would want it to be great, because Respawn is great. Titanfall 2, top 10 games of this generation.
Oh, Jedi Fallen Order.
Jedi Fallen Order, yes. I mean, EA cancelled the other Star Wars game,
from Visceral Games, Amy Hennig.
The Visceral Games, Amy Hennig project, and they shut down Visceral. So how much faith do we have that this will be a single player story-driven game in the same way as perhaps Days Gone is gonna be, or God of War was, or will there be a Tecton multiplayer horde mode garbage like
Battle Royale.
yeah like Mass Effect 3 had unnecessarily.
Yeah.
You know, they just make all the bad decisions when it comes to these sorts of games. So that's why it's not on my list.
Which doesn't change the fact that you would just love to see it shine.
If it's good, I will sing praises to it on this show.
Okay,
But-
let me put it down. You will sing praises, okay?
Yeah.
I believe
I
we'll
will sing Hallelujah if that game is good.
a cappella.
A cappella with myself. I will record the beat, me doing the beat, and then I will play my recording of myself doing the beat, and then I will sing to that beat.
Okay, it's on the record. It's on the record.
It's,
You can't run away.
it's on tape. I mean, it's not going away. It's on the internet now.
So we have just revealed 10 games more than 10 games altogether.
Mm-hmm.
In what Lucas said is not that good year for video games.
Yeah, compared to 2018 or even 2017, those years were great. Why do you think 2019 is sort of slower?
It has definitely something to do with new consoles reportedly coming out in 2020 or in 2020. So major studios would want to take an advantage of having a game straight away when it launches, because let's be realistic, that's what drives the sales of the consoles, the game themselves. So if they have the workforce and power to either separate a team or just be in silence and then come out with new title day one, they know it will bring them glory. That's one point. Another, I think the situation will change in the following 5 years, and there will be actually more indie titles coming even to consoles than the AAA games.
Well, that's already the case.
Let me put it in different way. There will be more indie titles aimed as AAA games with the budget of indie, but with reaching quality, not especially in terms of graphics department, but somehow promoting themselves to be on the same level as AAA, but having the small studio behind it.
So you mean games like Hellblade or Hollow Knight, for example, for different sort of, because that game is hand-drawn, it's side-scrolling action game, Metroidvania style. And so these sorts of games you mean?
Yep.
Okay, that's very interesting. I mean, we saw that at the Game Awards.
Yeah, and you know what else we saw there? I even wasn't really aware of it. I got some information afterwards that Epic launched a new Epic Store, and actually a lot of developers are launching their games as a PC exclusive on the launcher. So now we are really, let's call it, watchers of the same situation, that not only you have exclusive games on consoles, but right now we are getting to the point where you will have exclusive games on certain launchers on PC.
I mean, that already exists with the Blizzard launcher now. They have Blizzard games only there.
Yeah, but right now, according to the video, you've got Bethesda has its own launcher. Blizzard, Steam, Epic, right now.
EA Origin.
Ubisoft.
Yeah, Uplay. But isn't Ubisoft gonna shut down Uplay?
Haven't heard any information of that sort.
There's too many launchers.
But then again, a guy was explaining why, especially a lot of third-party and indie developers are aiming more towards the game's Epic launcher, new Epic launcher, because Steam gets. Can you guess how much percentage from the total profit will Steam take from the developers' revenue?
15?
It's 30.
30. Okay.
So it's 30. So it's 1/3 of your profit just for being on Steam and using their services.
Okay, let me ask you a different question now. How much? So if you buy a physical copy of a game, from a store, how much do you think the store paid for that copy.
So basically, you are asking me how much do the stores make just by reselling the game?
Yeah.
Okay.
It could be about 30%, no?
I don't
Yes,
think.
there are stores that are selling the games for ludicrous amounts of money, but if you get a 60 euro game on a store that sells for the normal amount, I think they're buying it for 30 or so, or 35.
Which isn't 30%.
Then yeah, it's 40%. Then that's even more than Steam is taking. Thank you. That's good for my argument.
I think it has to be close to 40 or 45.
Thank you. That's even better for my argument. You're
No,
very kind.
they.
Yes, it is.
I'm
Because
just saying
if you
they will.
if you're making a physical copy, you have cost to print the disc, and then you sell it to the game stores for, as you said, 40% less, which would be 30.
I didn't say no. It wasn't percentage. I just said that the retail stores, let's say 60. Maybe there was a misunderstanding. I believe. My perspective. I'll maybe back it up with the numbers next time, or just look for some proof. A retail store will buy a game directly from the publisher for like a $60 game for 40.
Mhm.
So for $40, so they will buy it for 40, sell it for 60.
Okay, and that's how many percent margin? 30%, no?
Yeah.
So they're doing the same thing as Steam is doing. So is it wrong that Steam takes a portion of the sale? No, it's not. It's business. Could they be taking less? Yes, they could.
But it's different if you take
It's not.
30% from Far Cry than you take 30% from Papers, Please, or any other game.
Okay, it's not, because it's like Texas. 20% of a million is more than 20% of 1,000. It is proportionally the same, so everyone is equal.
Okay. Again, once the webpage is live, we will have to do an article with
About this as well. Okay,
Yes.
I'm fine with that. Are you ready?
Everybody knows what's coming. Everybody knows how it probably ends up. So
Come on, man. Have some faith in yourself.
Yes, Nathan Hale, let's go, baby.
It's not Nathan Hale. This one is actually pretty easy.
Pretty easy.
I'm being too nice to you.
Okay. Okay.
So let's start. Guess who? You can guess who.
Is it a human?
Yes.
Is it a male human?
Yes.
Is it a child?
No.
Is he in European? Is the game produced by US studio or US developer?
Yes.
American.
Yes.
Okay. Is there more games with the character
Yes.
in it? Is there more than 3 games with the character in it? Considering all the spin-offs and
Yes.
okay. Is the character white?
Yes.
Does the game take place only on Earth?
No.
Is it an open world game?
No.
Is it game that isn't longer than 20 hours?
Well, let me go check timetobeat.com.
How long to beat?
Or how long? Come on, I didn't want to. I didn't.
Time to beat them up.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna go to safe search, or I'm gonna go to incognito tab, and I'm gonna write how long to.
Do you think I'm stalking you, or what's your?
No, I don't like to. I don't know. I just watch on incognito mode. Howlongtobeat.com.
Then you make mistakes because you can't go back to what you have watched if it is good.
I remember.
Because it doesn't track all you remember.
Oh, How Long to Beat is also this. It's not. And what's
But
the page called?
Howlongtobeat.com.
And what did I say?
You said time to beat.
Time to beat.
.com.
Okay, that's why I want to incognito search.
Okay, I get it. Time to beat. Time to check without incognito.
There's a telephone number here for some lady in Germany,
Where exactly?
Dortmund.
But where exactly is the telephone number?
On timetobeat.com.
Can we get please to the information about how long it actually takes? I don't think the lady will be able to give you an answer.
All the
Any
games.
Any game. If any game, if any of the games is not longer than 20 hours. So my question, if you didn't get, are all the games shorter than 20 hours?
Yes.
Main only. Okay. So you were kind of clueless about what I'm asking before. Can I still buy a physical copy of the game? If you have to Google, it means it's something older and not anything within last 5 years.
Yes, you can still buy a physical copy.
Okay. Is it the game on both PlayStation and Microsoft or Xbox?
Yes.
Is it the main character of the game again?
Yes.
Does he use guns in the game?
Yes.
Can the game be classified as first-person shooter?
Yes.
Okay. So bad at guessing. Is there a war in the game between two or more sections or factions? Two or more factions.
No.
I didn't even know what was the point of me asking this question, but anyway. If I get no, I need to come up with a creative question to get no.
Yeah, you're doing good. You're doing better.
How many chances do I have?
You had 4 no's
4 no.
only.
Does the game feature romance relationship in its main story? Any game.
Yes.
See, that's the difference. You keep guessing right. I keep creating absolutely godlike questions. Does the game have only one ending?
Yes. You sound disappointed.
So I'm disappointed because I'm getting too many yes. See, I'm not playing that many FPS games. Did I play the game? Or have I played the game? Any game?
I don't know.
Let me correct myself. Do you think I will enjoy the game?
I don't know.
You know what? We should probably make a new rule like 2 I don't knows means no.
So you're at 5 no's.
No, I said we should introduce, not we are doing it.
Okay.
That's the difference.
From next episode.
Let me help myself.
Don't Google.
Male character FPS.
Don't Google.
Can you control only one character in the game?
Yes.
I'm not really helping myself, am I?
I don't know. You're getting closer.
I don't feel like I'm getting to anything.
You know a lot of things now about the game.
I've already forgotten all of them. Because I don't I'm not making notes as we go. Oh, is it the game only for PS4?
No.
Or an Xbox One?
No.
Are they preparing a new game with the same character? Has they said anything about making a new game with the same character?
No.
Are all the games well received in the community?
Yes.
Are they all exceptional games?
Yes.
Do you fight Germany in the game?
No.
I'm really lost. I'm just gonna let's make it quick. Does your character wear glasses?
Yes.
Yeah, what? That wasn't my intention. Your character wears glasses. What character in the first-person shooter wears glasses? Whoa. No. Really out of idea. So, yeah, does the game have snow?
If it has snow,
Yes.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'll give you a no.
So I have 2 more no's.
Yeah, you have 2 more no's.
Was the game on PS Plus?
No.
Let's finish it off. Does the game have different timelines?
No. Do you want to guess?
I've got not even a fair share of guess that I could
Okay.
give you.
I'm very disappointed. It's Gordon Freeman.
Okay, is it the guy who I think it is?
It's from Half-Life.
I've got a confession to make. I've never played Half-Life.
Yeah, but you must know Half-Life. It has all the memes.
I know, but I got no idea what the main character is or what.
He wears
his name.
glasses.
But really,
Gordon
okay. Let me.
Freeman.
Then again, is there anybody else who wears glasses in the first-person shooter? Ever.
No.
So that's why I couldn't get it, because I don't even know the name.
I will stop
Gordon-
recording now.